Hey everybody, what is up? Happy Wandavision Friday. I'm at my job, and the reason I'm at my job is because I'm making some popcorn so that I can enjoy watching Wandavision with my best friend, and if one wasn't enough, two will do. Bum 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 bum. Hi everybody, it's a completely new different day because I honestly needed some time to really process what we saw on WandaVision episode 6. That was such an awesome episode and I wanted to make this video to hopefully discuss it with all of you guys and talk about all the Easter eggs, all the references, and all the cool things that we saw on WandaVision episode 6. But before we get started, I just wanted to say, if this is the first time that you're watching one of my videos, I'm Rafa and I'm a huge movie fan. So if you're a fan just like me, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so that way we can all be fans together. Okay guys, let's get started and let's talk WandaVision episode 6. Ooh, guys, what an episode. So first of all, the episode starts with them showing us Quicksilver. And at first, I thought that was really interesting because it seemed like at first WandaVision was not going to show us, Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver. It seemed like they were doing that on purpose, but now they really showed him like here he is. And I thought that was really interesting. And now that I'm thinking about it, guys, how cool would it be to have, Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver show up and help Wanda defeat the fake Quicksilver, the fake Pietro, because honestly, guys, at this point, that is not Quicksilver. So I hope you guys, freaking know that Pietro is not the real brother. And then we have this awesome opening scene, and I loved them, kind of referencing Malcolm in the Middle. I loved it. It was such a throwback, and I really loved it. And also, quick thing, did you notice that Agnes had the word naughty bedazzled on her butt? And I think that is very telling about, who the character of Agnes in WandaVision really is. Just wanted to say that. And then we have the twins and they're talking and one of them goes, "Why are you afraid of our uncle? Why is he afraid?" And then the other twin said, "Because he's a vampire." Obviously, because, he's an evil person. He's probably from freaking hell. And I wonder what he's doing late at night that's making the twins scared of him. And this is the first of many references in the episode about, who, even Peter's character really is. I thought, the references in this show are really amazing and nothing is, accidental. And then we finally see our queen, Scarlet Witch, Wanda, wearing her, comic book accurate costume. And I loved Elizabeth Olsen and how she looks. She's rocking this look. And I loved how, they said that she's dressed as a Sokovian fortune teller. I thought that was great. And honestly, she freaking looks great. And then we get this, cool moment where they show us, Halloween in Sokovia. And it was very funny. And then as you can see, guys, in the background, it looked like there was a war happening behind them. So, Wanda and Pietro have really lived very difficult lives. And then we see Vision come down wearing his comic book accurate costume. And I loved that they say that he's dressed as a Mexican wrestler and that Wanda loves them. And just the FYI, I wanted to, give a quick shout out to Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen on their little cute Spanish interaction that she's like, "Me gusta mucho," and he's like, "Chile con carne." And that was so freaking cringy, but at the same time, I love them referencing that. And I just thought it was great and just wanted to say that. And then Vision is like, "I wanted to do some night watch." And of course, Wanda doesn't want him to leave because Wanda doesn't want him wandering around the town because, he's probably going to start, noticing stuff. And of course, Pietro interferes and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, Vision. You can go ahead. I'll help Wanda with the kids and I'll take them trick-or-treating." And then Quicksilver, Pietro, gets his comic book, accurate costume, and I think he looked great. And notice the hair, guys. The hair, of course, that's how it looks in the comics, but it just looks like devil horns. And again, nothing in the show is accidental. And then look at this shot when they're out trick-or-treating with the kids. Look how the twins are placed, and look at Quicksilver behind them, smiling and looking all like evil. But look at his hair. It really does look like devil horns. And then Wanda, of course, starts asking Pietro some questions, and he's like, "You're questioning me. I mean, I don't doubt you. I know I look different, but hey, it's me. You can trust me." I don't think Wanda is really buying it. And then Wanda talks to Herb, and he looks great, Frankenstein. I loved it. And then she finds out that Vision is not doing Night Watch. So she's starting to find out about, his other motives. And then we jump to Vision, and he's on the outskirts of Westview, and the further away he got from Westview, everything kind of stopped working. Everyone kind of seemed, either frozen or being slow, like this woman who was stuck on a loop. And my theory is because whoever's controlling this world or whatever doesn't really need these people who are almost out the outskirts of the town, because maybe that's enough energy or powers, and what a waste to use it on these people if we really don't need them to function. And then we have this commercial, which I think is really telling about, what's going on with the twins, because we have this shark guy telling this kid, "You need your magic, your magic." And the way I interpreted this is, if you don't use your magic, if you don't activate your powers, you will die. And that's what happened in the freaking commercial. And then, so we go outside of this movie theater, and as you can see in the background, it's so funny. The movies that are playing are The Incredibles and The Parent Trap. The Incredibles that feature, a super-powered family, and The Parent Trap that feature, of course, twins. The references. I am telling you guys, the references. And then, Wanda continues to ask questions to Pietro, and she goes, "What happened to your accent?" And then he responds, "What happened to yours?" And honestly, I mean, that was such a good, clap back. That was so funny because, we see that she gets her accent whenever she's outside of the Hex, but she hasn't had her accent in, the previous MCU movies. And then we see the twins, and one of them got their powers, and one of them is a speedster, just like, their uncle. And they're all excited, and they're all like, "Oh, honey, okay, you can go around and do your thing, but, if you're going to go that far and go that fast, please take your brother with you." And they go and do their thing, and that's so fun. And then we go back to Vision, and everything is honestly really frozen with Vision, so he decides to really start seeing, like, what the hell is going on in Westview. And then he sees this car parked, almost like at the very outskirts of Westview, and it's Agnes dressed as a witch. And I think that is no coincidence. That is very telling about who Agnes really is, a witch. And then she's acting all, crazy, and then she says a really important line, and she says, "I took a wrong turn, and then I got lost." And I think that is no mistake. That is, her telling us, who Agnes really is, the real Agnes outside of Westview. And then Vision kind of snaps her out of it, and then she's like, "Oh my God, Vision, you're one of the Avengers. You're here to help us. Please, Wanda doesn't let us leave. Help." And then he's like, "Okay, I am going to help you. I am Vision. But wait, what is an Avenger?" And of course he doesn't know, because he hasn't lived that life. He has no life outside of Westview. And then, but I think this was really honestly done on purpose, kind of Agnes making Vision be against Wanda, but I'm not buying it, guys. I am not buying it, and I hope you're not buying it too. And then, Vision sees that this is the end of Westview, and there's this kind of hex thing, and then he decides to go through it, right? And then we go back to Pietro and Wanda, and Pietro's really amazed about, what Wanda has created with all, these people and like better lives and the children being happy, a wonderful world. But then he starts questioning Wanda, and I think that was a very important moment in episode 6 of WandaVision, because he's digging, he wants to find out how she do it, and And she responds with, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember. And that all she remembers is her feeling, incredibly alone and endless nothingness. That's so interesting, guys. And then, of course, we all guessed it. When Vision steps out of that world of the Hex, he starts, disintegrating. He starts falling apart. Obviously, because he doesn't exist. He doesn't exist outside of this world. So we start seeing him die a freaking third time. And honestly, guys, it was so sad. It was so moving seeing him, suffer and fall apart. And the only person that wanted to help him was Darcy. She screams and she's like, somebody help him. And of course, nobody does, and it was just so sad. And then this was such a great moment. Billy, in a way, like his powers start activating, and he hears a vision, his dad's cry for help. And then she goes to Wanda, and he goes, Mom, it's Vision, it's Dad, please, you gotta help him. And then Wanda goes all like, what's going on? Where is your dad? And I'm pretty sure she knew where Vision was. Wanda knew, but I guess she just wanted the confirmation. And then we get, Pietro all like, don't worry, Wanda. It's not like your dead husband can die a second time. And this was it. And I'm glad I'm glad Wanda realized, and this was enough for her to realize, this is not my brother. This is not Pietro, and blasted him out of the picture. That was so cool. I loved it. And then, so Wanda, what she does, she puts everybody on pause so she can control everybody in this town. And then she freaking starts expanding the heck out of this hex. And everybody in Sword starts, fleeing and running away from it. And it was such a cool moment. And of course, Darcy, who was kind of, chained to the car, she gets thrown into the hex. And I am so excited to see, because they never revealed what Darcy looked on the other side of the hex. And I know we will find out on the next episode. But Monica and Jimmy Woo, got away. As the hex was expanding behind them, because they were on their way to meet this, mystery person who we will probably find out who this person is on the next episode. A lot of people, are like thinking about either like Reed Richards or Hank Pym. I don't know. I'm so excited. And of course, Hayward got away, but it was so cool to see Wanda, really transform, the Sword camp into a circus. And I thought that was very funny, because that's probably what Wanda thinks of this whole situation, that Sword are a bunch of clowns, because honestly, they really are. And then we have this awesome shot of Wanda's eyes glowing red, her expanding the hex. And then she suddenly stops. And please stand by. And that was the end of WandaVision episode 6. Honestly, guys, this was such a intense episode. And I cannot wait to see, honestly, what happens next with, episode 7. And honestly, guys, I would love to know your thoughts on, WandaVision overall, and also WandaVision episode 6, and hear all your theories and all your comments. Please share them down below. So anyway, that's it for me. I'm Rafael over here from Hollywood, California, and I'll see you on the next video.